Hi there, it's Renee Michlevitz with the Zesty Life Services, and today is your video on the kitchen for the Chaos to Order program. So you will have in your email this video as well as a handout with some tips and tricks on how to keep your kitchen organized. And these are some things that I used in my life with my big family of 7 children, and the things that I learned that helped me to keep balance in my home. So one of the things that we did a lot was we had the kids always clean up their own plates. So they either brought them all from the dinner table to the sink, or they actually washed their own dish and their own utensils. This can help things tremendously because then it's not all on one person to clean up. So we tried different things. Sometimes we did it that way, and sometimes we did it to where, each person had their own chore, their own job. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tips to help you in understanding the ways that we kept our kitchen clean and how it worked for us. So one of the biggest tips is when you're cooking, clean up along the way. If you get out spices, put them away as soon as you use them. If you have several different dishes that you have to use while you're cooking, put those away and wash them up and put them away in the middle of your cooking process so you don't have this huge mess right at the end of the day. That was something that really helped tremendously when I was a young mom. So the next tip is to make sure that everyone washes their own dish after dinner, or you take turns. Now, my husband was a fan of everybody washing their own dish. I kind of liked everybody to have their own job and everybody take turns because I didn't like to be left with all the pots and pans at the end of the day. And I found that if they were if they were picking up their own plates and washing their own plates, there was still the pots and pans left. And then who would want to do that? Who'd want to do those pots and pans? And so what I've come up with that I think is a better idea is that you organize the chores. So everybody does their own dish and their own utensils, and then you organize the rest of your chores. So you have somebody clear the table, you have someone wash the leftover dishes that are on the table, maybe the pots and pans or some other things that are not, each person's personal items, and you have them wash those dishes, or you load the dishwasher. And then the next person dries the dishes or puts them away and empties the dishwasher. And then the last person sweeps the floor and wipes off all the counters. So if you have, if you have more than one, if you have more kids in your family, you can divvy it out a little bit more than that. But this would be a way to rotate your chore chart, and so everybody gets a turn to do something different each week, and be able to teach your kids to clean up after themselves as well. So when I had a lot of children at home and they were all homeschooling, they were home during the lunch hours and the breakfast hours. Breakfast and lunch we made really simple, usually very simple, very healthy meals. And we just made sure that those things got taken care of easily. So oftentimes I would just clean up really quickly after lunch, by myself without making the kids help. But sometimes we would just have paper products because that was easier, especially for lunch, to be able to do it that way. So teach your kids to clean up after themselves during the day. That is a big key. If they get out food, they clean it up, they put it away, and they wash their dishes. That way you are teaching them to be responsible, and also it's making it easier to keep the house nice and neat. So that is something that I worked really hard to do, is to teach them to clean up after themselves. And my kids were pretty good about that. Some of them weren't, but a lot of them were. And so we had oftentimes ways that we could instill kind of rewards and different things for people who cleaned up after themselves and who did a good job and, didn't make a mess. They got rewarded for that. Simplify your life. Simplify your life and make it easy for yourself. If you need to do paper products during the day, meals, then do that. Make it easy. Do whatever it takes to make your life easy in the kitchen. One of the things that we did in helping to create a kitchen that is organized is I use a lot of tools in my kitchen. If you are cooking and you don't have the proper tools, it is really hard to do the things that you need to. It's the same as if you have an auto mechanic, he needs certain tools to work on the car. And if you've got a carpenter, he needs certain tools to build the furniture. Well, you as a cook need certain tools. So I always like to make sure that I have the proper tools in the kitchen to make sure that whatever I'm cooking turns out right. And one of the ways that I kept my kitchen organized in all of the cupboards is that I have the proper organization for each cupboard. In my spice cupboard, I have a tiered, layered organizer for all my spices. And then I've got another cupboard for the bigger items that is round like a Lazy Susan that turns. That makes it really easy to get the spices that way. And I've got, the tiered ones are in the side cupboards that are next to my stove. So I've got all the things I would use like for baking on one side, and I've got the other things for like dinner meals and more spices for main dishes and things like that on the left side. And that has helped me to keep my kitchen organized and to be able to manage things properly that way. So what I did is on your little cheat sheet or your little handout, I have a list of the different types of shelf organizers that I use and shelf liners that keep the dishes kind of, they keep everything nice. Things don't roll around or move around nice, in the cupboard because the shelf liners are there. And then also I've got some ideas for you in the pantry. So the ways that I keep my pantry nice is to be able to have a can organizer that kind of rotates all of the canned foods, and then also mix organizers like little containers. And some of these I've gotten out of the dollar store and others I've listed on Amazon. So on your handout there's Amazon links, but you can also find these things in the dollar store really easily. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money to be organized. One of my favorite things of all is I love my Saran Wrap storage containers, because they also, underneath I've got like a place to put brooms and dustpans, and above that I've got my Saran Wrap and foil and things like that there, and that has helped tremendously. So I put the links to the Amazon places that I've ordered those on there, as well as fridge and cabinet organizers for you. So you've got all of those ideas. And ladies, for me, the best thing in the world to be able to get organized is to have the proper tools in your kitchen, especially in your kitchen, but everywhere in your home. If you've got containers to keep things in, especially all those small parts and pieces, and then if you've got ways to keep your kitchen organized, it helps you to keep things nice, and you don't have to fuss and fight with trying to figure out how to keep everything in there. And you've got this big cupboard and you've got maybe 3 shelves, but those shelves in between is a lot of space. And if you use these little shelf organizers that make like another level, it helps you to get more dishes in that cupboard. And I have pictures on the website, so you'll be able to look at all of those and help you get organized. So your tips for the kitchen this week is for you to gather some organizers, whether it's from the dollar store or whether it's from Amazon, and begin putting your kitchen into order. Now, the way that I do it to make sure that I have things in the proper order is my dishes that I would use, like for breakfast and dinner and those kind of things, plates and cups and bowls, those are all close to the dishwasher, so that when you're emptying and filling the dishwasher, it can be really quick and fast. And also my cups and glasses are close to the dishwasher also. And then my spices are all close to the oven and the stove, so that they're right there when I'm cooking. So think about the placement of your items in your kitchen. Are they in a place that makes it convenient, or do you have to walk a long ways to get things and grab things and pull things out and travel a little ways across your kitchen? Or is it right there at your fingertips when you're cooking and when you're organizing your kitchen, you want everything to be as close to what you're doing as possible. So that is those are my tips for the kitchen. Excuse me. The other tip that I have is my kitchen I'm living in now. When I moved in, it has a little bit of counter space, but not a huge amount. And I got a very inexpensive rolling cart that is like an island. And it is awesome, you guys. It is so awesome. It folds out, and so it can be folded down and pushed to the side. And when I need it, I can pull it back out and open it up. And it's like another cooking area or another counter space. And then underneath there's 2 drawers, which I keep utensils in. And then underneath that is a place for like cookie sheets and muffin tins and things like that. And there's also a place to put onions and potatoes, which I love. And then the other cupboard has all of my cookbooks. So if you don't have a lot of cooking space, find one of those. You guys, I paid $25 for this on our Evanston Classifieds. So look for things like that. People give away things, you know, if they've moved into another house and it doesn't fit for them, or maybe they've got enough counter space, maybe they've already got an island, they're going to give it away. And this elderly couple was giving it away. They decided they didn't want it anymore. And I got it for $25. So that you can get some really good deals to help you organize. And you can see this island in the pictures that I have on my website. And so I'll leave that link in this handout for you so that you've got everything that you need there at your fingertips to think about how you want to make your kitchen the funnest place ever, and a way to be able to balance your cooking and keep things nice and neat. Cooking can be a lot of fun, and the kitchen can be one of the happiest places in your home. It can be the place where your family sits down to dinner and enjoys lots of wonderful conversations. But if your kitchen is unorganized and it's dirty all the time, it is not a fun place to be. So think about how you want your kitchen to be and the memories that you want to leave with your family and how you can make that happen. These organization tips and skills can help you in your kitchen to make sure that kitchen time is always a fun family time. Okay, you guys, those are my tips for this week. Have a wonderful time moving your chaos to order. Bye-bye.